And that was the Muckrakes with The Way We Were. The Muckrakes are out of Norfolk, Virginia, and you guys can catch their tunes on iTunes. So give them a listen.
But the bummer is, everything I liked in this trailer, I already knew I liked. Everything I didn't like, I already knew I didn't like.
Well, good for you. You're wrong.
And thanks for sticking with us. That was a pretty groovy song, though. Now we are back on the second half with a little number I like to call It'll Be Great.
Yes, and for those of you listening on Patreon, we apologize. The first half, we had some technical difficulties and it didn't record, but we're glad you're supporting us on Patreon, and we hope you like the second half. And maybe if you can, catch us live Monday at 8.
Yeah, so we are talking about Elvis and Nixon.
Yes.
And, we had some subject of debate about this because for some reason I thought it was only going to be on Amazon Prime.
I think it'll still be,
but
it's still going to be, Amazon Studios bought the
Amazon
rights.
Studios. I don't know.
They bought the rights to release it on Amazon Prime, but they're still going to release it in the studios as well. I think Belfast Studios.
I don't know what that is, though, Amazon Studios. Should we know what that is?
I don't. I mean,
we talk about movies. Maybe we should know this.
Yeah,
but
we'll
anyway,
look into it.
we will. That is some homework for Keith and Sarah, ladies and gentlemen. Our first official Shower Thoughts assignment.
Yes, Amazon Studios. Or if you know it,
yeah.
call us, 757-848-5920.
Or shoot us a tweeter at Showerbrains.
Yes.
Or, if you're with us on the Facebook or the text machines. Just talk to us. We need friends. We need people.
We don't need friends. We want friends and listeners. We want people to interact. We want people to have a good time.
I guess friends.
I guess that would be friends, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Friends. So, Elvis and Nixon.
Yes. Starring Michael Shannon as Elvis Presley and Kevin Spacey as Nixon.
So... I think the biggest complaint about this movie is the same question that I had, which is WTF casting? Because, Zod, right?
Yeah,
doesn't look like Elvis.
Yeah, he was also the villain in that Joseph Gordon-Levitt bike movie.
Yeah, and what? No, I'm thinking of Boardwalk Empire. He was like the creepy dude in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Okay.
We should add that to our list.
Yeah, okay. Put that right on there.
Yeah, we'll put it right on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's this sort of really serious, like, guy, and he, and a lot of the complaints on the internet, which of course there were many. And
complaints on the internet?
It's shocking. But, he doesn't quite really have the look that one would think. I don't know. He kind of looks like Elvis, I guess. But like if Elvis were stretched out and kind of craggy, like his face was all kind of like
he had resting bitch face.
Yeah,
but resting bitch face.
Resting bitch face, and like I don't know, some scars happening. It was an interesting casting choice, and I think people are used to seeing him as a bad guy.
Yeah, he's got the bad guy look to him.
Yeah,
but we don't want to pigeonhole him. We don't want him to be a one-trick pony.
No, we don't.
He is a good actor.
I don't think I ever thought he was a one-trick pony, but it just I
haven't seen him in enough to think of him as a one-trick pony.
Well, I liked him in Boardwalk Empire, and I did not like Man of Steel, but I thought he was fairly well cast as Zod.
And Alexis, this movie does not sound horrible. I think it's going to be great. But I also love cheesy movies where people are portraying Elvis kind of ridiculously. I'm also a big fan of Bubba Hotep, where Bruce Campbell plays Elvis against the mummy that's been brought back to life. It's hilarious.
And to answer Alexa's question, yes, guys get resting bitch face. That's Keith's general default look.
Well, that's just more of the I'm not dealing with people.
So it's actual bitch face.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. But the basic premise of the movie, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, we just posted it up on Twitter, is basically the Hollywood's their second take, because I found out this movie a movie like this was already done in 1997, but it's a take on the historic meeting of Elvis and Nixon on December 21st, 1970. The basic premise behind it is there's a photo of them shaking hands in the White House, and I didn't realize this. This is the most requested photo or document from the Smithsonian and their archives and everything. More than the Constitution, more than any of that stuff. They might be taking some liberties with it. I think it was the most requested when it was released, maybe, but apparently this stuff's on snow globes now. We need to go back up there to Smithsonian's and see if we can get a commemorative
Yeah,
Elvis Nixon
I'm
plate or
all
something.
for that. I don't know if that's an actual statistic, but I will admit, ladies and gentlemen, that I first heard about this encounter between Elvis and Nixon from Drunk History,
Episode 1 of season 1, very
which
first
is
episode.
hilarious, by the way,
really
if you
is.
haven't watched it.
They had
And
an episode on Johnny Cash too.
yeah,
Johnny Knoxville playing Johnny Cash.
I'm not caught up
We saw that one. We watched it together. I was
on
there.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny Cash was played by Johnny Knoxville. He was helping out. Fuck. I even looked at it today before we got here because I thought it was Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, they
There
were
was-
roommates.
Yeah,
As
there
I
was
learned from Walk the Line. See, it all comes
season
full circle.
season 3 of Drunk History. Also was that episode. So
Oh well, Drunk
Anyways, go ahead,
History.
continue.
Yeah, Drunk History is pretty funny. It can be hit and miss though. The second season was a little weak,
Mm-hmm.
but that one was a pretty good one with Elvis and Nixon. And oddly, those segments are pretty historically accurate. I mean, of course,
yeah.
they're told by drunk people, but
Right.
I feel like they give them the actual facts of what goes down and delivered in a way that people pay attention and are entertained. But anyway, yeah, so this movie will tell the story of Nixon's PR problem. Now, what will turn out to be a very minor PR problem compared to, the eventual scandals that would befall him.
It was before Nick. I actually read one of the articles. It said this meeting was before Nixon had his recording devices installed in the Oval Office, so there's no recorded, tape recording of the meeting.
How ironic.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's
so-
one of the most famous meetings in the Oval Office, and it's not recorded. So go figure.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think it's a really cool story. I think it's got the chops to make an interesting film. And, the story is that Elvis really wanted this narcotics officer badge.
It gets even better. I'm gonna jump in real quick 'cause
Okay.
in doing my research for this. It actually started because his wife and I think his wife's dad, if I remember right. Here we go. No, his father, not her father. Excuse me. The story began in Memphis a few days earlier when Elvis's father Vernon and wife complained that he had spent too much money on Christmas presents, more than $100,000 for, get this, 32 handguns and 10 Mercedes Benzes. And he's like, fuck this shit. I don't need to hear your nagging. I'm Elvis Presley. Gets on a plane and goes to D.C. Gets tired of D.C., goes on a plane to L.A. Then he's like, no, wait, I want to go to D.C. again. And goes to D.C. And that's where and on the plane to D.C., he writes the letter to Nixon. Dead serious. And then, but he does collect badges, yes, like Drunk History mentioned.
He
He didn't want to hear his wife's nagging because she was being the secretary of agriculture.
Okay, wait, back it up. Elvis's wife, Priscilla Presley,
Yes.
was Naggedy Ann,
Yes.
and she got mad at him for buying 10 cars and all the guns.
10 Mercedes Benz and 32 handguns, more than $100,000.
That's a lot more. Oh, I guess I'm thinking 2016 money. Okay, so he gets tired of her nagging and decides to become a narcotics officer.
No, he gets tired of both of their nagging and his dad and his wife, and is like, "Well, screw this. I'm leaving the house. Whatever. I'm gonna go somewhere." So he goes to the airport, and the next flight going out was to DC. Excuse me, and goes to DC, stays like a day there, and is like, "Nah, I'm bored with this. I want to go to LA instead." Calls up some of his crew. They meet him in LA. And then he gets bored of LA in a few days and then go like a day. These are literally like day turnarounds from what I was reading. And then he's like, no, I want to go back to DC. I was good there. Gets on the plane to DC and then is like, I want to meet President Nixon. And writes a handwritten letter, which is like a 6-page document. And I'll try to post it later on the Twitter, to Nixon, and then delivers it at like 6:30 the next morning after getting to DC.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
He's Elvis. He could do whatever.
I mean, I guess he could, and he did. That actually happened. So let's get some comments from the internets. I need to start using usernames that I can pronounce. Techolane Surgency. Oh no. I'm not even gonna bother with it. Some guy said worst Elvis cast ever. Now, I'm not doubting Michael Shannon's acting abilities, but I think he doesn't look the part. And
he doesn't look the part.
And that's sort of the, what what it comes away with. Nico Simon says, I'd watch this over any Sandler shit flick. So, ladies and gentlemen, it could always be worse.
It could be Jack and Jill by
It
Adam
could
Sandler.
be Jack and Jill. Robert Henrik says, still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with. I'm okay with like some of these cheesy off the wall. Like, I would have never until this happened. I didn't realize it was that big of a photo. I didn't realize it had even happened. But after I heard, I was like, okay, these guys are two. I mean, think about it. These are two very interesting, mega characters. I guess is the best word. I mean, I don't know. You're the word person.
No, I mean they're
two big, like pop culture icons and political icons. Political icon and a pop culture icon, and they're meeting. And get this, Nixon was against all the drug stuff, and he actually thought the Beatles were America's biggest issue because of the drugs they promoted. And Elvis is like, no, man, I hear you. I'm with you. I'm on your side.
Was that your Elvis?
That was about as good as I can do.
That was so cute.
Mouthful of food.
Do it again.
I got a mouthful of food.
Do it again.
I'll do it later.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't that cute? Everybody tweet Keith how cute that was.
Yeah, or, tweet your thoughts of the movie. I know Dustin was listening too. No, I'm not doing it again if you're going to record this, Justin.
It was super cute. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the movie. I
am too.
My problem is, as it always is with movies, is that they're so damn expensive. And this feels like one that I definitely want to see, but am sort of okay waiting for it to come on Amazon Prime.
Movies are expensive.
Movies are expensive. And this one I can wait for. I do want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Well, you got Amazon Prime. Maybe we'll get it for free.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of paying for it.
Yes.
And that and all of your many trinkets that come in the mail in 2 days or less.
It's horrible in my wallet.
Except for my damn jars. I ordered jars and they took
We're getting off topic.
They took like 3 weeks to ship.
Amazon shipping will be great. It'll be great. Just
all right.
The one time
It'll
was a
be
flub.
great. It'll be great. It'll be great. So, okay. Aaron Reggie Alex on YouTube says, I'd have laughed my head off for Shannon as Elvis. But having seen what the man can do, I'm quite excited for this film. He's a phenomenal actor, and I'm sure he'll pull off an incredible performance.
I think he will.
The interesting thing from the trailer is I got more of a sense of Spacey as Nixon than I did Shannon as Elvis. And
No, I'll give you that.
now Spacey, I think, is also a really good actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's played some presidents.
He does the House of Cards
Frank
thing too,
Underwood,
yeah.
and he's great in House of Cards. He does so well in that show. And
He was the robot in Moon, and that was still a great performance. He was a voice of a robot. He was great in that.
He was the bad guy in Seven. I mean,
and
for like
Superman Returns.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a better Lex Luthor than Jesse Eisenberg.
I'm a better Lex Luthor than Jesse Eisenberg. Speaking
Fair point.
of, someone posted on the internets that it's Zod and Lex Luthor. I was like, that's actually
That makes me want to see it more.
that's
actually.
happening. Yeah.
Because when you look at stuff like that, like I went to go see Taken when that first came out, and all I did was make Ra's al Ghul and Qui-Gon Jinn jokes. Batman of Star Wars, by the way, because he was those characters in those movies.
Thanks, babe.
Okay, just making sure. We haven't seen you haven't seen the prequels yet.
I have not. I've not seen the prequels. I don't care.
Yeah,
Should I start
you really
to care?
Should. No, you really should.
Do I need to watch them before we see Rogue One?
No, fuck no.
Can we just ignore them?
They had some decent qualities, but we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Okay. We do.
Okay, if you could replace Michael Shannon as Elvis, who would you put in place of Elvis?
Who would be a good Elvis?
And yes, Alexis, I know Sarah wants to save all of her money to go see Civil War and Black Widow. That's really what she's holding out for.
God, I hate you all. But not as much as I hate Black Widow.
I love how Alexis has been on my side for this show. She's usually on your side,
That's
and rightfully
true.
so.
That's true.
I appreciate. So, Alexis, thank you for being on my side during the show.
Alexis is a defector. Are we?
It's one show.
Wait, let's ask her though. Are we still team Iron Man? Because come on over to Team Cap.
Well,
now we're way off topic.
I don't think she's going to go that far.
You know who might be a good Elvis?
Who?
Christian Bale. You got to separate him from Batman. He's got some.
I did, and I went American Psycho. So I don't know. I mean, Alexis is our Christian Bale expert. So
He's a good-looking guy.
He is, but Elvis has got a quirkiness to him because he was a musician. And he was kind of, I wouldn't say off the rails, but he had like a unique he had unique characteristics to him, so he was kind of, a little crazy into it later on. He had some eccentric. There we go. Eccentric's the word. He was an eccentric character.
I don't know. I think Christian Bale could do it.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but see, Alexa said Christian Bale can't do it, can't sing. Oh, you know who
No,
could?
she said he can sing.
Yeah, even though he can sing. Okay,
Christian
sorry.
Bale can sing?
I don't know. Jim Carrey,
No.
Andy Kaufman, Elvis. There's the connection.
How is that a connection?
Because Jim Carrey played Andy Kaufman and then did his Andy Kaufman's Elvis impression in the movie, which wasn't that great.
I wouldn't want him to play Andy Kaufman playing Elvis. He would have to play Elvis.
I don't know. It's quirky enough.
All right, who would be a good Elvis?
I've been tainted. I've seen Bubba Hotep, and I think Bruce Campbell should play Elvis, but it's just because it's that ridiculous. He played an aging Elvis. He played the Ben Affleck of Elvis. Batman. Ben Affleck played an older Batman. Bruce
Right.
Campbell played an older Elvis. So that's where I'm going with that one. But I don't know. I mean,
Could Batman? Could Affleck be an Elvis?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of kind of these eccentric actors. I mean, Dustin, Alexis, I know you guys are listening. I know you guys are tweeting to us. So
Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
You think Kevin Bacon? I mean, I don't know. His head's kind of squashed but I mean, I don't know. I think Kevin Bacon could play Elvis.
I could see that.
He kind of, yeah,
Chris Pratt.
too goofy.
I mean, Jack Black played him in
Yeah,
A Drunken History,
I
but
know.
that was obviously a parody of Elvis. So,
I don't know. I think Kevin Bacon could work.
yeah. Well, Kevin Costner did that 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
What
which was kinda-
about Mark Wahlberg?
Christopher Walken?
Now you're just being crazy, Christopher Walken.
I mean, I'd watch that Elvis movie. I don't know how the speaking mannerisms would work in that one, but it's there. See, again, Alexis agrees with me. Chris Pratt would be perfect.
What about the Bradley Coopers?
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with him playing Elvis Presley.
Yeah, okay.
I could see it. I could even see Kevin Spacey playing Elvis. Find another Nixon and let him just be Elvis.
He's too old.
Dustin said Dice Clay.
I don't know who that is.
Andrew Dice Clay, the comedian. I could see it.
I'm Googling.
He's ridiculous enough. He could,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Okay, now I know you're talking about. Yeah,
I think Dustin might be onto something here.
No, that actually is a decent recommendation. He's better casting than we do.
Okay, Dustin, who else you got?
Yeah, right? Okay, yeah, while we're talking about it.
I mean, Dustin hit the nail on the head. That would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know. I think Michael Shannon was an interesting cast.
I think so too.
I think
it'll work. I'm not going to be opposed to it.
I mean, I think that Kevin Spacey was a pretty safe bet.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that thing down, and he can play comedy when he wants to. And I think this movie is a lot lighter, and a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah,
So-
they're definitely taking a fun little twist with it. I couldn't find anything about the Coke or the M&Ms that they had in the trailer. Nixon's bowl of M&Ms and how it was his bowl of M&Ms and the Coke, don't drink the Coke. I couldn't find anything like that, and since it wasn't recorded, I guess we'll never know. But
We'll never know.
no, but I mean, I could get. I'm on for it. I'm game.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it.
So we're in agreement on this one.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah,
Our relationship may continue for another week.
yeah, well, that works for me.
All right. Well, we are winding down, ladies and gentlemen.
We are.
We used to end the show with an Urban Dictionary definition, but as it turns out, Urban Dictionary is not quite as culturally relevant as it used to be.
The kids don't use it anymore.
They don't. So what I will do instead, which I have not told Keith because I know it's going to annoy him, is what national day it is today, because he hates
I'm actually okay with that.
he
honestly.
hates the national.
Because it's bound to be some ridiculous National Tic Tac Day, National Kebab Day, National I'm saying whatever's on this table in front of me Day.
Yeah, well, Sunday was National Siblings Day,
Yeah,
and he thought it was stupid. And today is National Pets Day.
it is.
So, it's also National Barbershop Quartet Day. Slip of the tongue there.
Oh, yeah.
National Cheese Fondue Day.
Okay.
National 8-Track Tape Day.
I can get behind that.
So on behalf of Maybe and Rosie and Hobbs,
Yes.
our national pets,
Yes.
we would like to bid you all a fond farewell.
But before we go, you can celebrate these national days that we're having by supporting us on Patreon.
That's right.
Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio.
That's right.
$1 a month, you can listen to all of our past shows where we've talked about Ghostbusters, we've talked about Animal House and the history of National Lampoon, we've talked about the upcoming Jungle Book movie. We're trying to hit it all here, obviously mostly within the movie realm, but we did a bunch of history on the National Lampoon one. That was actually really informative even for me. And the Johnny Cash stuff too.
And if you want to follow the station,
Yep.
it's at No Radio Radio.
Yep.
And you can always listen to us, radiofradio.com. And we have a lot of great stuff for you, so please
Yeah.
consider.
Local arts, music, comedy shows.
Yeah, it's our station.
It is.
It's all of ours.
It really is. And even the music is.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
these are local musicians you guys are hearing, not the music behind me right now. But all the stuff you listen to before 8 o'clock in the evening when we start our talk block, this is, it's your station, it's your music. If you guys want to hear something, one of your local favorite bands, tell us, tweet us, call us, do whatever.
So check us out and stay tuned. Coming
got-
up next.
Good Morning You Drunks with Matt, Nate, and Justin. It is you three, right? You guys are all three of you here this week? Okay,
Matt, Nate,
good.
and Justin, it's happening.
There we go. All right, stick around, guys. 9 o'clock. Good Morning You Drunks. We will see you all next week on Radio Free Radio. We're out.